Hello, everyone. My name is Martin Sturla. I'm an engineer based in London currently, and I work for Google Play. And today, I will be talking a little bit about instant apps. We announced these back at Google I/O, and ever since, I've been very excited to give this talk. There's a lot of excitement about what can be brought with instant apps. So today, I'll talk a little bit about what exactly are Android instant apps? Why are they such a powerful tool? What does the build process look like? And what new opportunities can be opened up by using Android instant apps? First of all, just a quick recap of the announcement back in I/O. So basically, we are trying to evolve Android applications to be able to be run instantly and without installation. And instant apps is a way that you can get your users into your flagship Android experience when they tap on a link. It can be a link from social media, from a messaging app, or like a Google search, or just any other deep link. And once they click on it, they'll be able to experience your native Android application without installing it. So before we get ahead of ourselves, let's talk a little bit about why do we want this? Why do we want our users to experience our native apps? So, I think we can all agree that users are very important, and making sure our users receive the best experience is the key to having successful products. As such, using native apps allows us to give our users the best mobile experience possible. For example, you can use smooth animations, material design, built-in phone features, such as the camera or the phone sensors, and just provide a more immersive experience in general. You can also take advantage of seamless payments by using, for example, Google Play in-app billing or Android Pay. And finally, you can use identity to make sure your users are logged in when they open your app. So, now that we understand why it's important that our users get a more native experience, let's take a look at exactly what these instant apps are. So, a few examples. So, example number one. Let's say my colleague Ficus decides to send me a link on a messaging app. Now, to be perfectly clear, I do not have this app installed on my phone. However, when I tap on the link, I am taken to the tasty BuzzFeed app, and I can take a look at the native Android experience. I see a list of videos, I can swipe to scroll just as if it were an Android app, and the videos even start playing themselves. If I like the app, I can tap the install button to install it. If I install it, and only after I install it, I will have the app on my phone, and I'll be able to access it through the icon on the phone screen. So I'll just leave that for a second. OK, great. Let's take a look at the next example. So let's say I want to purchase a new camera. So I Google for a new camera, and I see a B&H camera that I really like, and I'm interested in buying it. Now, B&H has a beautiful Android app, but I don't have it installed on my phone because I don't shop for cameras every day. However, what if I could just tap on the link and be instantly taken to the B&H native app on the camera I was interested in buying? I can swipe to go through tabs, take a look at the description, go back, just as if it were an app. At checkout time, I can use Android Pay. And with instant apps, I'm already logged in and ready to pay. And there's no need to use my credit card or insert my home address. I'm just ready to pay. I'll just leave this a second, and we'll go through the next example. OK, great. Now, let's see how instant apps can help me on a more day-to-day basis, real-world scenario. So let's say I'm driving and I'm parked, and there's a parking meter. And the parking meter is kind of like allows me to pay with an app. But I don't have the app on my phone. And I'm on a hurry, so I don't really want to install it. But what if I could bring up my phone to the parking meter and instantly get the app on the phone running? I just select the time I want to spend there, and I pay with Android Pay. It's simple, and it's seamless. Also, Android Instant Apps allows you to open the app on a dialog box. So this is great for allowing you to create lightweight, simple apps that don't interrupt the user and get him out of the context he was working on. So, great. Let me just leave that for a second, and just loop it one last time, and let's move forward. Okay, great. So, now that we've seen what these apps are, let's talk a little bit about why is this so exciting for users. What is the key takeaway for users here? So, in addition to being able to discover apps through Google Play, Instant Apps allows users to discover and access apps in a variety of new ways. They will be able to access Android apps instantly without installation. As shown in the examples, users can get an Android app without installing it by tapping on a link. They could have gotten over social media or a messaging app, by tapping on a Google search result, or simply by using NFC, like in the parking meter example. Users will be one tap away from your native Android app experience without needing to install it. As a user, it is completely seamless, from accessing the app to signing in and to making a payment. As a developer, you are in full control of your users' experience when they use your app. They'll be able to experience your native, beautiful, immersive, material design app, regardless of whether they've installed the app or not. Okay, great. How do we build this? How do I create an Android Instant app? Well, here's a piece of good news. I think the key concept to understand here is that an Instant app is not a separate component. It's just an upgrade to your already existing Android app. You use the same Android APIs. You use the same code. It's the same code tree, the same source tree in your existing Android Studio project. And once you build your Instant app, you will be able to publish it through the developer console, just as if it were a regular Android app. And here's a bit of exciting news. Android Instant apps are built on top of Google Play services. This means it can be run on Android devices running Android versions all the way back to Jelly Bean. This means that your app will be one tap away from over 1 billion users and 95% of Android devices. It even has out-of-the-box Firebase compatibility, meaning you're still in control of your analytics. Okay, great. So what does this upgrade consist of? How do I upgrade my app? Well, the first key concept is you need to tell us which links to your domain your app can handle. You can do this easily by using Android app links, which we introduced last year. Now, if we recall a moment back when I was showing the B&H example and I wanted to purchase a camera, I tapped on the link and I was taken to the Android app showing the camera. So I was deep linked into the app showing the camera. Technically, what happened under the hood was I was deep linked into the activity that displays the camera. Well, the question is, why is it so fast? Why do I click the link and I just see the camera popping up? Well, the reason behind this, and the technical explanation, is that Android Instant apps are modularized. What does this mean? it means that you will split your app. Android Instant Apps are split into modules. And each of these modules hosts an activity. And you tell us which activity maps to which module. So what does this allow? This allows Google Play to download only the module required to display an activity when a user taps on the link. And the code is downloaded on the fly and run on the device as a native Android application. Now, the smaller the modules, the better. They'll be downloaded faster, they'll be run faster, and we'll have a better user experience. But don't worry, we're building tools in order to make these modules as small as possible. Next, because users haven't really installed the application, they might have different expectations of what an instant app can do. For example, instant apps will not be able to install home screen widgets, use broadcast receivers, or run long background services. So as a developer, you have to understand that you will have to handle these restrictions to conform to the user's expectations of what an instant app can do. And finally, and most excitingly, you will be able to integrate a host of new features that this new mode provides. As an example, Instant Apps uses runtime permissions, similar to the Android M permissions model, but all the way back to Jelly Bean. So, we are very excited about Android Instant Apps and all the opportunities they could open up. And we want to get this on the hand of developers as soon as possible and empower them to build great instant apps. However, this is a big change, and as such, we want to get it right. We will be gradually opening up access to developing instant apps to developers. And we will roll out user access to instant apps over the next year. If you're interested in learning more about instant apps and being a part of this, you can visit g.co/instantapps to learn more. You'll find the videos I just showed and a few more content. Also, if you've visited the booth just by the Firebase track, there'll be an instant app booth, and it has a few demos you can use so you can play around with instant apps and actually get a look to interact with a proper demo. And needless to say, if you see me around or any of my colleagues, please do not hesitate to ask us any questions. We'll be happy to assist you. So, thank you. I hope you are excited as much as I am about instant apps, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.